Coco Goes Back to School by Susan Americaner. Illustrated by the Disney Storybook Artists. Coco and her mom are meeting Mickey and Goofy in the park to play. "Hiya, Coco," Goofy says. "Are you excited about going back to school?" Coco doesn't answer. Not even one little eek. Goofy tries to cheer Coco up by making funny faces at her, but it doesn't work. "Gosh, what's wrong with Coco?" Goofy asks. Coco's mom explains that tomorrow is Coco's first day at school since she found out she has type 1 diabetes. She wants to show everyone her diabetes bracelet during sharing time, but she's nervous about talking in front of so many people. "What if Mickey and I go with you tomorrow?" Goofy asks. "I love sharing time." "Eek, eek," says Coco. She loves that idea. The next day, Mickey and Goofy join Coco's class for sharing time. One boy shares his toy robot. Another girl shares her pet spider. Goofy shares his favorite game. Finally, it's Coco's turn. Coco steps up to the front of the class. She's nervous about talking in front of so many people, but she's excited to tell everyone about type 1 diabetes. Coco holds up her bracelet and starts to talk. Her classmates have a lot of questions. Does it hurt to poke your finger? Why do you have to get a shot? Can you still eat candy? Can you still play? Eek, eek, eek! Coco does her best to answer, but her classmates have a lot of questions. She wishes she had more time to explain, but sharing time is over. Coco waves goodbye to Mickey and Goofy. She's glad they came. Later, Coco's teacher, Miss Brooke, makes an announcement. The class is having a science fair. Everyone gets to make a booth. That gives Coco an idea. After school, Coco tells Mickey and his friends all about her day. Eek, eek, eek! Coco wants to make a booth about type 1 diabetes for the science fair. That way she can answer all the questions she didn't have time for during sharing time. But more important, she can show everyone that she can still eat, play, and have fun. "That's a great idea, Coco," Mickey says. "We'll all help." "Gosh, I love science projects," says Goofy. "Remember my pudding volcano?" Mickey remembers lots of Goofy's projects. His snowball maker, his weather station, his ant farm. Soon, everyone is ready to work on the booth. Coco gives each of her friends a job. Mickey and Minnie plan the snacks. Donald and Daisy help Coco paint a big picture. Goofy helps too. There's so much to show and tell about type 1 diabetes. Finally, it's time for the science fair. There are so many projects. Soon, Coco's classmates start to gather around. "What is type 1 diabetes?" one boy asks. Coco explains that the body needs fuel to make it work, just like a car needs fuel to make it go. The body's fuel comes from the food we eat. In order to use the fuel and make the car move, the car needs a key. The body's key is called insulin. Insulin lets the body use the food we eat, which gives it the energy it needs to move. Coco explains that with type 1 diabetes, the body doesn't make insulin, so she has to add it to her body with a shot. I had to get a flu shot, a girl says. Does your shot hurt? Eek, eek, Coco replies. It pinches a little sometimes, but it helps keep Coco healthy. Coco sticks out her finger. Eek, eek! She has to check her blood sugar to know how her food, activities, and insulin affect it. The school nurse helps Coco check her blood sugar. Wow, says a girl. Look at Coco's cafe. Yum! I thought she couldn't eat sweet stuff, says another boy. Eek, 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 Coco says, holding up a cupcake. Eating healthy is important for everyone, but she can still eat special treats as long as she plans for them. So you can still eat lunch with us and have cake at class parties? A girl asks. Eek, eek, Coco nods. She just has to know how the food will affect her blood sugar, so she knows how much insulin she has to take. Coco shows her classmates how she measures her food. Can you still play? A girl asks. Eek, eek! Coco nods and points to the exercise station. Physical activity is important for everyone. Eek, eek, Coco says. Recess is her favorite part of the day. She loves playing on the monkey bars, and she can't wait to dance in the class play. Finally, it's time to announce the winners. First prize goes to Coco, Miss Brooke announces. 3 cheers for Coco, everyone cries. Eek, eek, eek! Coco taught everyone about type 1 diabetes, and she reminded them about how important it is for everyone to eat healthy and exercise. But even better, she showed them how she doesn't let her diabetes hold her back. From Coco's World to Yours, sponsored by Lilly Diabetes. This section provides some simple questions and answers about the story. We hope it will begin a conversation about diabetes, whether you're speaking with a child who has type 1 diabetes, their siblings, or friends. To learn more about diabetes and taking care of diabetes at school, visit www.jdrf.org or www.diabetes.org. What is type 1 diabetes? Coco has type 1 diabetes. When someone has type 1 diabetes, their body doesn't make insulin. Your body needs insulin in order to use the food you eat for energy. You need energy to do all sorts of things, such as reading, running, and playing. Coco takes insulin to help her body use the food that she eats. What questions do you have about diabetes? Why is it good for Coco to tell her friends that she has type 1 diabetes? It is good for Coco to tell her friends that she has diabetes so they can understand why she does things like plan what to eat, check her blood sugar, and take her insulin. Coco's friends may want to know more about diabetes because they care about her and want to help. Do your friends know you have diabetes? What kinds of questions do they ask? Why does Coco take insulin? Coco takes insulin to replace the insulin her body does not make. Eating healthy, being active, and insulin are important for taking care of type 1 diabetes. What do you tell your friends when they ask you why you take insulin? Why does Coco check her blood sugar, or glucose? Coco checks her blood sugar to see how her eating, activities, and insulin affect it. This gives important information to help keep her blood sugar where it needs to be. What do you do when you need to check your blood sugar at school? Why does Coco measure her food? Eating foods that are good for you and not eating too much or too little is important for everyone. Since the body turns food into sugar, it is also important that Coco knows how much she is eating so she can take the right amount of insulin. Coco knows that eating healthy foods in the right amounts will help her grow and have lots of energy to play. What kinds of foods do you like to eat? What school activities can Coco take part in with type 1 diabetes? Coco can do all the same things she did before she had diabetes. She can play on the playground, eat school lunches, and go on field trips. Coco may need to check her blood sugar, take her insulin, or eat a snack to help keep her healthy while she is having fun. What are your favorite things to do at school? What has your experience with taking care of diabetes at school been? How did it make you feel?